Right now on EDFL Preview, we are going to stay in Premier Division and we're going to go to Canning Reserve because Avondale Heights are holding a premiership reunion today. It is 10 years since their 2004 flag, which won them promotion back to the top division of EDFL football. And joining us on the line is the coach of that premiership, Gavin Kerr. Gavin, thank you very much for joining us on EDFL Preview.
G'day, gentlemen. Thanks for having me on.
So, Gavin, always a special moment of premiership reunion. You've got another one to look forward to in a few years' time with Rupertswood, but staying with Avondale Heights, take us back 10 years ago. Has the time flown by, or does it really feel like a long time since you won that flag?
Yeah, look, it does until you get together with the group again. We've all obviously let the belt notches out a few holes, but no, look, it's one of those things. People say it's special to be involved with, and this is my first premiership, and it's certainly special, when you see the guys here today and the memories all flood back.
Take us through what happened at the start of your tenure, because Avondale Heights came down from A grade with a winless season, and they were looking to win promotion back from the old B grade. What was the state of the club, and what needed to be done when you first arrived? Yeah,
look, I think, we'd had a very big period in the late 90s, 96 through to 99, and at the end of 99 there was a little bit of unrest at the club, and unfortunately there was a few that we all sort of seemed to separate a little bit, and the club fell on bad times. And I think what happens is that the core of that group was still so enamoured by the football club that, throughout early 2002, it was apparent that the club was in trouble, needed some help. So a few of us started it off, and the committee put together a program that spoke about not just about trying to win a premiership, go back to A grade, but about developing a football club that was going to create the opportunity to have success long term and to really have a long term presence. And to their credit, it took 1 or 2 years to build back the confidence for players to come back into the club. 2004, we were lucky enough to have a couple of 8 or 9 really good young fellas come through, and probably been able to achieve that aim of bringing back all of our what we found was our own boys, our good players from the late 90s, which put us in good stead, obviously, to then take a step.
Gavin, Adem Saricaoglu here, mate. Obviously, you win promotion and then go up to A grade and then make the finals, I believe, in 05. So, again, you talk about that long-term sort of rise for the footy club and, I suppose, getting yourselves back on track. That must have been a big effort as well to back it up a year after.
Yeah, look, Adem was. We had a fantastic year in 004 when we won the flag, and a lot of what we did wasn't based around result, it was based around effort, and we sort of spoke about the fact that we wanted to recruit or bring good people into the system. It's good people first, good players second. And 2005 reflected that. We had the same group, we had a good understanding of what we needed to do, and a couple of the older guys that retired at the end of the 2004, we were able to give the younger guys who had a good grounding more ground time. And unfortunately, 2006 we probably lost our way a little bit, had a couple of injuries. But then again, the club was able to make finals again in 2007. So it's about setting an environment that people want to come and play football at your club. I think that's super important.
Tell us a bit about that grand final in 2004. What stands out in the memory as the key moment, perhaps, or the key moments, and also some of the players whose yarns may have added 20 metres to a kick for goal, or added a bit of impact to a bump or a tackle that they laid. Who is still perhaps crowing about that big moment from 2004?
Yeah, look, the day was much like today. It's probably a little bit colder and probably a little bit more drizzle, but it was a heavy day. And I had a look at it the other day on DVD, and we probably started okay. Stevie Johansson probably set us alight in the second. He kicked 2 or 3 goals in a row. But again, it was work rate. It was just the ability to continually go to each contest and work hard. We had a couple of boys play with injury that got through. That committed and got through, and there's nothing flashy about the day, mate. But they all like to reckon that they had the winning touch and got us over the line. So that was 58 points.
Gavin, Adrian, Jamieson here. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate.
So, is there a big crowd up there today? How many are up there?
Yeah, she's a little bit cold, but the car park's fairly full, so I think the guys are interested to see the Northern Saints, I think they are now, the old North Covert boys up in Premier Division, which is a fantastic effort for a club that, was really, I've been with Avondale for a while, really on the precipice. So good luck to them, and we're all looking forward to a good day of football.
Gavin, Avondale Heights right now are probably the premiership favourite in the top division. Being a former coach, it must be good to see a club that you once had really pushing now to be one of the best teams in the EDFL. What's your current take on how the boys are going at the moment so far?
Yeah, look, it's really interesting. I've been to a couple of games now, and I love the way Sadi goes about it. I think that he's really, again, employed that philosophy about wanting to bring good people into the environment first, and then good footballers second, rather than the other way around. And it's great to see that as a football club, that there's a lot of they play for each other. There's a lot of mateship involved in what they do. As you know, Avondale's not the biggest club in the competition. We try and work hard to maintain great facilities to the committee's credit, which they have. Our budget's not probably where some of the bigger clubs are, but when you see guys take pay cuts and do things that we did back in 2004 because they want to share success together, I think, as you say, it puts you in good stead. There's good ownership there about the outcome at the end of the year.
Well, Gavin, thank you so much for taking us back to that 2004 flag. I hope you enjoy the reunion and the game for the rest of the day, and thanks for being generous with your time on EDFL Preview. It's great to speak to you.
No, gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a great day, and go the Heights.
But it is time to talk about Essendon Ford Division 1, and one of the two remaining teams in that competition was agonisingly close to playing right here in Premier Grade last season. How footy can change in the space of the first month of the season. We're going to check in now with the president of Glenroy, Jason Leffanue, who joins us on the line. Jason, thanks for joining us on EDFL Preview.
Thanks for the invitation to come on today.
So before we get into talking about the seniors, I understand that Lance Whitnall has pulled on the boots and is going for a jog and has already kicked a few goals in the twos. What motivated that decision for the senior coach to pull on the boots and go back out for a run?
Well, obviously it's a long way to come up from sunny Silver Reserve up to Hillside, and unfortunately a few of the boys don't like to travel up this far, so we're a little bit short in the reserves today. So Lance volunteered to sit himself at full forward to direct some traffic and encourage young guys to play around him. So yes, he has kicked a number of goals going forth, but I think this is just a one-off for him.
How much pressure is Lance feeling at the moment? It's only you're only round 5 and only your fourth game of the season, but is there a bit of tension starting to build in the playing group and in the coaching group, or are they still really starting to feel their way into the season like it's not the end of the world that you're zipping 3 at the moment?
No, we've definitely had a slow start to the season. Our first game was a bye, so that's put us out a little bit. But we've had Taylor's Lakes away, and then West Meadows for the Anzac Day clash, which was a great crowd, and then Craigieburn away. So we're just getting into the season. No, there's no pressure on Lance Whitnall at all, or any of the footballers. The club's got a lot of faith in Lance, and obviously the footballers, I believe they're a quality side. They just haven't come to the front yet. Today is a big opportunity to see the character of the Glenroy footballers and see what they can come up with.
Jason, Adem, Saricaoglu here, mate. Obviously, it hasn't been the start to the year that many people would have been expecting for Glenroy, and it has been a very difficult start. I know the bye would have not helped things along all that much as well. But where do you think the improvement has to come from at the moment? Because it does seem like a lot of your core senior players from last year, the team that played in the grand final, they're still around. A lot of them are this year. Where is it that you guys are hoping to improve in coming games?
Well, obviously, you play off in a grand final, and you back it up the next year, and you believe everything should be the same. But as you've noticed this year, all the Division 1 sides have improved. You've had West Meadows improve, you've had Hillside, which are so far undefeated. We may have just gone in thinking that we just had to turn up and go through the motions and everything would happen again. But everyone else has improved around us, and they may have just got the jump on us. But I've got a lot of faith in the footballers that they'll come around. Unfortunately, with a lot of clubs, we've got a lot of injuries at the moment. We're only 3 games in, but unfortunately we've got Joel Croon's out, Blair Cronin out, Scott Gillian out, Alan Collins out. No excuse. It's got to give the opportunity of some other guys that we've got running around in the reserves to stand up and play senior football. So we'll get to have a look at them. So it'll be a very good game today.
And tell us a bit about Aaron Kite, because he was back to his goal-kicking best with 7 last week. Of course, he's a guy that was in the AFL and then came back to local footy, and he's now playing at his home club. Is he still in love with the game, and is he still motivated to play footy, or is there a little bit of twisting of the arm to get him to pull on the Guernsey this season? Where's he at with his feeling about where he's at in the footy world? Because he's still a very young man as well.
He's only a young guy. He's come through the Glenroy junior system. He's come all the way through, and then, as you know, he was recruited as a 17-year-old over to Adelaide. His passion's always Glenroy, and we welcome him back all the time. His passion's still there. He had a great game last week, even though we were beaten by Craigieburn. He was back to his normal self-kicking goals, but definitely his passion's there. He hasn't lost it for Glenroy at all. He's one of our key players and one of our on-field leaders also.
Jason, have you guys had to revise your goals at all for the year? I imagine it's still very early. There's still plenty of time for you to improve, but is, I suppose, getting into that top 4 still going to be the main goal for you guys now?
Absolutely. We're definitely aiming to playoff and finals. You only have to end up 4th. Glenroy have got a big reputation over the years of coming from 4th to win grand finals. We've done it many times in the past, and the key is getting that top 4. Once you're there, anything's possible.
And it's been a couple of years since Hillside was in your division. Of course, the league split took them away back down to Division 2 a couple of years ago. What's it like to be heading back out there, and what are your impressions of Hillside and as an opponent now that they've got that premiership under the belt and the club is just now starting to really get comfortable with its identity and its standing in the EDFL?
That's always good to have new clubs come into the EDFL. It's obviously expanding and getting further and further out. As I said earlier, I come from Glenroy today, and it was about 25 degrees and sunny, and I've got up to Hillside, and it was overcast and about 16. But it's great to have these clubs in the competition. They're new and young, and they'll only grow and develop over the years and get better and better. So we're quite happy to play against them.
And just before we let you go, I don't know if you're near the scoreboard, but what's happening in the 2s at the moment? Who's in front?
It's obviously the last quarter now. I believe we're only a goal or 2 up, so it's been a great game. Hillside have really taken it up to our reserves. Our reserves are doing quite well again this year. Probably over the last 10 years, they've played off in finals. They've lost 2, so I think it's about time the guys actually took the opportunity to take one out. But Hillside have taken it right up to them today. Still going. It's probably about 10 more minutes to go, and we're a goal or 2 up.
Well, Jason, as we let you go, all 3 winless teams we spoke to last week on EDFL Preview broke through. If the trend continues, we wish you all the best, and either way, hopefully it's a good competitive game out there at Hillside today, and all the best as the season continues. Thanks for being generous with your time and joining us this afternoon.
Not a problem. Thank you for your time too, and if that's happened over the last couple of weeks, it may turn around for us today. So thank you very much.
We are going to go to Division 2 now and speak to the team that is setting the pace in that competition, and Geoff Nicholl, the club president of the East Keilor Cougars, joins us on the line. Geoff, thanks for speaking to us on EDFL Preview. Sorry, Geoff, just checking we've got you all right on the line there. Welcome to EDFL Preview.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not a problem.
No, thank you very much. Just a few little issues, making sure we had the line okay there, but we do. Obviously, East Keilor continuing to tick off wins and move towards the top of Division 2. Keilor Park today is a bit of a local derby. How would you describe the crowd out there and set the scene for us out there at Keilor Park?
Yeah, the crowd's starting to build up out here. We're playing for the Kelthorpe Mercedes Trophy today, which is good, between 2 clubs. Every time we play either home or away at either ground, we go for the shield. So yeah, it's looking good today. So hopefully, with a bit of luck, we might get a bit of silverware back at East Keilor.
Geoff, Adem, Saricaoglu here, mate. Good to see East Keilor starting the year very, very well. You're now year 2 under Dave Battistella. Very competitive last year, but obviously Hillside was the runaway leader and Moonee Valley was a close second. But this year it seems to have opened up a little bit. You guys are looking good so far. Tell me a bit about the impact Dave's had on the group and coming into year 2 now under his tenure, just how much East Keilor has improved.
Yeah, look, last year it was his first year in coaching. A lot of the guys too were all getting to know each other. We recruited a few guys from the Western League, the WFL League. And this year, it's sort of like all starting to come together. So with a bit of luck, hopefully we'll take each game as it goes along and we get through the season. So that's what we're looking at.
Geoff, you've had a very special guest come out to training during the week, Hawthorn legend Shane Crawford pulling on the boots as part of his comeback, and he's the second Hawk to come out to East Keilor this year because Cyril Rioli was out there taking a junior training session as well about a month ago. A couple of high-profile guys coming down to help boost morale. What did Crawf actually bring to the group during the week?
It's good to have Crawf down. I got the last minute phone call. He was looking for a club to get a bit of fitness up before he starts his charity match over in South Australia. So he just wanted to come down, have a training with the guys, which was good. It was a good impact with the training group, the players group. Earlier in the year we had grassroots footy. We're linked with Toyota, Airport Toyota, and they have grassroots football, which goes out to all local clubs, and trains with the juniors. We had Cyril Rioli come out and train with the juniors, and that was really good too. It was inspirational for the kids, really good.
Now, when Jason Ackermanis was playing in Tasmania, he chose Aberfeldy as his training base, and Abbas managed to turn that into Jason Ackermanis playing a match for them. Any chance you might be able to do similar with Crawford?
Well, in a big city. Look, anything's possible. We're open for suggestions, but look, as long as we just keep on doing the way we're going, I'll be quite happy, with the way we're training. So, yep.
Hi, Geoff. Adrian, Jamieson here. Now, you've got Robbie Rutley down. He's added a bit to the forward line.
Yeah, Robbie came down. He was recruited this year. He came down from, I think it was the Seaboard League. He was playing up that way. He's had a bit of an impact down here. I think he's, a couple of games ago, he kicked 8 goals in one game, which was really good. He also brings... Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, and that's the reason why you're having the Ladies' Day, because of Robbie Rutley?
No, I think we're always having the Ladies' Day on what is it, Keilor Park, when we play home at Keilor Park, which is on the 5th of June. So that's normally a great day. We had 150 women normally attend that, and it's probably one of our biggest days we have at the East Keilor Football Club. Yeah.
And this is East Keilor's third year now in Division 2, obviously the half year with the league split where you won the flag and then last season. Is it absolute necessity that the club aims for the premiership this year, and is that the goal within the group, or is it still very much just about making the top 2 and then reassessing once you achieve that aim?
No, the goal is to go all the way into a grand final, and hopefully win the grand final and move up to the next division into Division 1. So that's what we're aiming as a club and trying to move forward. Yeah.
And Geoff, like I said, mate, it's looking pretty good so far because it's a lot more open this year, Division 2, but right now it looks like that your guys are really the front runner.
Yeah, hopefully we just take every game as it comes each week, and hopefully we'll get over the line. So that's all we can do, just present each week and put our best side out forward, so hopefully we go all the way.
Well, Geoff, thanks for giving us an update on how things are going at East Keilor, an unbeaten start to the season. All the best in the Calthorpe Mercedes Cup against Keilor Park this afternoon, and we look forward to the quarter-by-quarter scores rolling in. All the best for the coming weeks, and we look forward to catching up with you again later in the season.
No problem. Thanks again, and great to talk to you guys, and keep the good work up.
We think we've got Brodie now. Brodie, can you hear us?
Yes, Yes, I can hear you, boys. Yes.
Brodie, great win, mate. I noticed Duda Stars have had a tough start to the year, but your boys have got win number 2 now, I think. So what were your thoughts today?
Really, obviously, really happy just to get 4 points at this stage when you're 1 and 3 going into that. And, there hasn't been a great start to the season. But you know what? Probably like a lot of the other clubs at the moment, we've gone into the season with a lot of injuries to our better players, and we're starting to get a couple back now, and hopefully we can start to get a bit of momentum in the next couple of weeks. 5
multiple goal kickers today. Brewster's a great target and so's Veering, but it must be pleasing to know that you've got so many avenues to goal.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, look, those guys are from Port Melbourne, and we know that we're probably not going to have them for a fair part of the year if things keep going this well for them. So we want the best for them, and obviously that's their focus. But certainly playing some really good footy for us, and those sort of 6'1", 6'2" running types don't grow on trees, and certainly haven't done for us over the past couple of years. So we're happy to have them.
Brodie, congratulations on the win today. I thought that your run-off half-back was really good. I liked the games of Brendan White and Daniel Shebeki. I thought that they really made good decisions and created space on the transition running.
Yeah, Whitey's sort of been a little bit up and down, but last week he was a little bit better, and again better this week. Certainly he's got a bit of pace, and Shebeki off half-back as well. He plays that sweeping role to perfection, and he's got a great left foot raking kick. So, a couple of really quality running plays for us back there today.
Brodie, was it your best team effort of the year so far?
To be honest, I thought our best team effort was probably still Avondale Heights in round 1. I thought we controlled the game in the first half, and we didn't have a full squad, but we had a pretty good squad in that day, and we were left with I think one player on the bench with in the second half, and that was probably our best team effort. Today, I think Duda's probably low on confidence, had 3 or 4 out, and it was just a matter of I suppose putting in a real professional effort and a hard effort. We're confident we could get the points.
Dutch, what about Robbie Castello? He's just invaluable, isn't he? I just saw him down here on the bench directing traffic, and you and him coming off at the same time. His experience is invaluable.
Oh, yeah, at this level, I think experience is probably more important than at AFL and certainly VFL, and that's the reason being is because everyone's educated at AFL level. You've got young blokes who are standing up as leaders these days, but at local level, they're really hard to find those experienced players that have played at a higher level and get them cheap, and it just doesn't happen these days. So to have him in the side, and it takes a lot of pressure off me with the on-field direction, that's for sure, and even off the field as well. He's a really good coach, and he's certainly spontaneous, and really he's got a lot of different ideas that he's brought in, which is probably even improved me as a coach as well.
And Trent Lee today kicks 4 goals to go with a pretty dominant performance. How would you rate his chances of winning?
Sorry, who was that? Sorry,
Trent Lee. How would you rate his chances of winning the league medal, given his prominence in the best? You're playing alongside him every week. Is this a career season from him, or is it no less than you'd expect?
Look, the last 2 seasons he's probably started better. To be honest, today was just a real standout. I think he kicked a number of goals today. I can't remember how many, but he's in the right spot at the right time. He works really hard. He's nippy, and he's hard at it for a little fella as well. So, it's a good combination. He's one guy that very rarely misses a training session, and he's a strong leader around the club. So, he just won't settle for anything less than a top performance from himself, and it's a credit to him.
Just quickly, Brodie, there was one time there where he wanted to kick his 3rd goal in 4 minutes. You were sliding, you were ready for the ball there. I think he just may have pickpocketed you.
I think so, and I think he should have given the dinky handball off to the coach in the goal square. If he wants to start on ball next week, he probably should have done that.
And just quickly, clean bill of health. We saw John Cock got a cork in the 3rd, but nothing major to report.
No, just a corky there. He's copped a real big one. It was probably a defining moment in the game where he just put his body on the line and we got a goal from it. And it's certainly crucified him for the rest of the day, but it was the sacrificial act that we were looking for at that particular moment, and it really helped us build a win from that point onwards.
Brodie, thanks for being so generous with your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks for having me.
Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Well done, lads. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you to Brodie Holland and also Tamara, Rocco down there on the sidelines.
Robbie, have you got us?
Yeah, got you.
Robbie, congratulations on the win, mate. Another good one for Maribyrnong Park today. 20 goals. It was a bit of a blowout in the end, and you managed to get sneak in to yourself.
Yeah, no, the boys played really well, and it's something we've been working really hard with a young group just to get consistency for 4 quarters. So to kick 20 goals is, the scoreboard makes it look a lot better than what it was, but it was a pretty hard-fought game. Doodle Stars have got some pretty good players, and they've just got to stick at it, and hopefully they'll get a couple of wins on the board.
Robbie, congratulations on the win, mate. You had plenty of contributors in that midfield group, an inspired effort there in the second quarter from Trent Lee. You got in on the goals, and also you had winners all around the ground. It must have been really good to have that support at all the contests.
Yeah, spot on. I guess Trent really turned it on. He had a pretty heavy tag in that second quarter, and to kick 3 goals in that quarter and really set up the game for us was really good. It was something that we really spoke about last week. The boys, we played Strathmore and got off to a bit of a slow start, and it was probably our intensity that was a little bit off. So today we just want to have 22 contributors, and the boys all played their role, which is really good.
Robbie, coming back from the VFL back into the EDFL, Maribyrnong Park, why?
Got a good couple of close friends that have been here for a few years and past players in the Aggressive Boys and all that. So I always wanted to come back to the EDFL. I was a Keilor Park boy and played all my juniors there, and would have been nice to go back there, but unfortunately the situation wasn't going to happen. So Maribyrnong Park was my first choice, and I couldn't be any happier. The boys are really good. It's a young group, very coachable, and really enjoying my footy at the moment.
Yeah. Robbie, just a query. We've been speaking about ruckman before. It seemed that the Doodle Stars ruckman Jordan Angus won a lot of the hit-outs. How's that for you as a midfielder? Do you find it easy to rove off their ruckman? Obviously, McLean and Nathan had a pretty good game around the ground today, and he did some really good work at ground level, actually, but he probably didn't win as many of the hit-outs as Jordan Angus did.
Yeah, we actually spoke about it Thursday night for selection. Our ruckman last week broke his foot, or waiting on scans to see how bad his foot is, and Ben Perry, a player we get from the Port Melbourne affiliate, cut his leg open at work. So that's why we lost our 2 ruckmen. So we decided to go with Big Nath instead of getting another ruckman, and we knew it was going to be pretty tough work for him, and he just had to compete, which he did. But the boys were sensational in the clearances. I thought, it was up against it. We were losing the taps, but just to make it a real fight in there was really good on our behalf. And the conditions probably suited us a bit more in that muddy centre today.
What about Michael Musica? He's done 2 of the most miraculous things we've seen on a footy field today. The first one where he's broken 4 tackles in a row, and the second one, that mark in the last quarter. What's he like as a teammate? And just what do you think when you see him do some of those things out on the field?
Yeah, it's his first game back for a while for us, and he's just got that freakish ability, and you could just watch him all day, and just, he might only do 5 things a game, but you know what, they're sensational to watch, and takes a big grab, takes on 4 players, gets around, kicks a couple of goals, and he's a bloke that we need. If we can be more consistent for 4 quarters, we'll win a lot more games with him up forward. He's a very dangerous player, and teams really need to watch him.
Robbie, what does a win like today's do for your particular club and the confidence level? Because I think on percentage you might be able to sneak up to maybe 5th on the ladder tonight. So you guys all of a sudden are knocking on the door of the 4. So how does a win like this, I suppose, rate for your confidence that maybe that finals can be possible for your group?
Oh, definitely. We've got a massive belief as a young group, and you hear blokes talking in the outside saying, we're going to struggle, but we know that we can compete. If we play 4 quarters of footy, we'll take any team, and we showed it against Avondale in the first round, and we've just got to make sure we play 4 quarters of footy. But yeah, this win helps. It definitely does. You lose this one, and all of a sudden you're in the bottom of the pack. So this just keeps us in touch with that top group, and we've got Pascal Vale next week, which they're going about it, having a bit of a tough run too. So we know it's going to be a bit of a hard fight next week. If we can get a win there, then who knows what happens.
Robbie, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win, and enjoy it with the boys.
Thanks, boys. Thank you.
Lance Whitnall, the coach of Glenroy. Lance, thanks for holding the line while we were speaking to Robbie Castello. Congratulations on your team's first win of the season.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's great work today. We actually worked hard and come out with a good win, so it was good.
The final score, 13-11-89, and your team 17-14-116. Did it get close in the final quarter, or did you always have them at an arm's length sort of a margin?
I think we always had them at arm's length. I think it was 25 points at 3/4 time, and it never got closer than that. So I think, we sort of had them at arm's length, but, playing them up here, they're always capable of kicking some quick goals, but the boys thought it out well.
Lance, Adem Saricaoglu here, mate. Congratulations on the win today. Hillside came into the game in some pretty good form, and they were probably favourites today. What was the difference with your boys, though? Where did the improvement come from today from what we've seen in the first month of the year from Glenroy?
No doubt our boys just worked really a lot harder today than what they have in the last few weeks. Probably the last few weeks they probably haven't worked as hard as the opposition. Today they definitely lifted a notch and really worked hard. Our midfield were good. Danny Campbell played an absolute blinder, and the boys just really worked hard for each other.
What about Aaron Kite? 7 goals last week. How many today, and how did he go?
I'm not exactly sure how many goals. He probably would have got 3 or 4, I think, but played really well in the first half and
come off in the second half with a little bit of an injury, so I looked after him. And yeah, he sort of spent the second half a lot on the bench, so he was a bit sore.
We know that you've had some injuries, and also your captain, Travis Julick, suspended today. I mean, how did he take that during the week? And as far as rallying to win in his absence, in the absence of Joel Coombs and some other important players, what does it mean that your boys got over the line today and did so with a comfortable margin in the end?
Yeah, first of all, when Julick was really shattered during the week that he's let the side down and got suspended for a week, as captain, he sort of lost his cool there for a little while last week, and that's why he got reported. But the boys just really rallied together as a group and really wanted to play for each other. So and that was the difference. Once they wanted to play for each other and work harder than the opposition, we're reasonable side when we do that. But that's where the game was won and lost today. The boys just really rallied and really worked hard today.
G'day, Lance. Adrian, Jamieson here. Congratulations on the win. I believe you pulled the boots on in the seconds. How many did you get?
I did pull the boots on in the seconds. I spoke to Nick Kenny, our reserves coach, last night, and we had to pull a couple out of our reserves late changes, and left him was pretty short, so he asked me to pull the boots on, and I didn't want to see the boys run out there with 21 or 20 blokes, so I pulled them on, and I ended up just kicking 3, but geez, I was tired and sore.
And as far as a kickstart for the year, wins can do amazing things for morale and confidence. Is this the boost you need heading into the next couple of weeks? You've only got a couple more games until the Queen's Birthday weekend bye. So what can you do with that time and the momentum that you generate today, especially given that you're back at home against winless Oak Park next weekend?
Yeah, I mean, wins do that. For me, that huge injection of confidence, and I think that's what we've needed. Just a little bit of confidence in the first few games, and that's been a bit of a different feeling because we haven't been winning, but after this win really kickstarts us. And I said to the boys after the game today, they work as hard as they did today to any side. Any side will struggle the best because they really worked hard. So I know where it's at and how hard we've had to work. We've worked pretty hard in the last few weeks to catch up a little bit what was lost, and they showed it today how hard they worked. So it was good to see.
Lance, thanks so much for giving us your time after the win. Enjoy it, and all the best building towards more for the rest of the season. Congratulations on the result today.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
We are about to speak to Roxburgh Park because their victorious coach, Paul Derrick, joins us on the line. 5-0. We understand it's the longest winning streak in the club's history and the first time they've won 5 in a row. Paul, thank you so much for joining us on EDFL Review.
No problem.
Looks like it was a hard-fought afternoon against Coburg Districts, but you kicked away in the end to get up by 33 points. What was it like in that final quarter, and how close did it get at times during the third and final terms when Coburg Districts made their run?
It was a pretty tough game for most of the day. I thought at stages we probably got a little bit in front, and then they fought their way back a bit. We probably gave them a couple of easier goals, which you like to stop during the season. Probably for the third quarter, they hit back a little bit late. But we always felt if we, kept our structures and went to our game plan, we're always in the hunt. And in the last quarter, it was just a real hard-fought effort, and we got the rewards, I suppose.
Paul, congratulations on the win, mate. Who are some of the boys that really stood out today?
Well, Miko again, Matt Nicholson got another 6, I think he got today, but probably gave off 3 or 4. Then we had Carlos in the guts. Carlos Adem was really hard in the middle. Our back line are pretty tight-knit groups, so they were all pretty solid down back all day, and obviously having our co-captain, Tommy Dow, back, he provided some real movement up forward and then some real strength down back when we did it as well.
What's it done for the club to start a season like this? Obviously, when the divisions were split, this is what the EDFL dreamed of. Teams like Roxburgh Park, who would only win a couple of games a year, being competitive week in, week out. But to be a team that is now a contender at 5-0, what has it actually done to the group, and what does it do to the club every time you head down there for training or a match?
Look, since I've got here, it's been fantastic. They're a really tight-knit bunch of boys. I think they've played most of their junior footy all together and they've come through. We've added a little bit to that, but most of the boys are homegrown talent. I got here, started November pre-season. We had, 60, 70 on the track straight away. They were really keen for some success. And they've worked hard. They've worked hard to achieve what they've got so far, but there's obviously a long way to go. But to the club in whole, the club's a bit of a buzz now. We get a lot of people in on Thursday night. The crowd's slowly growing. I think our on-field discipline's been the main thing that's dragged that back in. We've been really good at that. I don't think we've had a yellow card all season, and maybe gave away 350s in total for these 5 games. It's just been a hard work from Ron, obviously the president, does a lot around the club, and just a lot of blokes who are hoping for success are all come together and they're working hard for it. And so far they're getting a little bit back for their work.
Paul, you said there that there is a long way to go, and you are right. You guys haven't faced East Keilor just yet, but are you guys starting to believe now that, hey, you guys are really in this up to your eyeballs, and you know a premiership or at least going deep into the finals is a real possibility now for your group?
Well, we spoke today. It was probably an 8-point game today. It gave us a little bit of space from the third and fourth and fifth sides. We believe if we get our setups right and we work hard for each other, we think we win every game. But obviously, if we get that wrong, we could be in a bit of trouble. So far, we've been pretty steady with it and pretty solid. The guys are loving it at the moment. Some of the structures we have a lot of talks about on a Tuesday night and things like that, and the guys have a lot of input into that as well. And at the moment, we're holding firm, and like I said, we go into every game thinking we're a pretty good chance if we get that right.
Thank you so much for joining us on EDFL Review, Paul. 2 weeks until that match against East Keilor, and we hope you arrive there undefeated. But in the meantime, enjoy the win, enjoy being 5-0, and we look forward to checking in with Roxburgh Park again. And I'm sure if this good form continues, Match of the Day will be out there broadcasting one of your games sooner rather than later.
That'd be fantastic. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Cheers.